Close your eyes for a moment and picture this. You're 90 years old, but still have the same strength and mobility you had decades ago. You can walk confidently, climb stairs without hesitation, and maintain your independence without fear. Does it sound too good to be true? It's not, and by the end of this video, you'll discover the one vitamin that medical researchers have identified as the key to maintaining leg strength, no matter how many candles are on your birthday cake. I'm speaking to you today with critically important information that could transform your quality of life as you age. The statistics are alarming. 1 in 4 people over age 65 experiences a fall each year, often resulting in severe injuries and devastating loss of independence. But what if I told you there's a way to dramatically reduce your risk? In the battle against age-related muscle loss, there's a secret weapon hiding in plain sight that few doctors ever mention to their patients. Recent breakthrough research has uncovered something remarkable: a single essential vitamin that could be the difference between maintaining strong, stable legs well into your 90s or facing a future of weakness, instability, and dependence on others. This discovery is nothing short of revolutionary and could provide a lifeline to hundreds of millions of seniors struggling with mobility issues. The significance cannot be overstated. Imagine being able to keep your independence, continue your daily activities without worry, and escape the devastating consequences of muscle weakness, all owing to a single simple nutrient. This is what you could be able to do. Everyone who is worried about preserving their strength and mobility as they become older should read this material because it is absolutely and completely essential. I strongly encourage you to not put too little stock in the significance of this discovery. If this information is ignored, there is a possibility that severe consequences will occur, including an increased chance of falling, hospitalization, and a loss of autonomy. Instead, gaining an awareness of this information and putting it into practice could be the key to ensuring that you continue to have a high quality of life for many years to come, even if you are 94 years old. If you do not consume an adequate amount of this vital vitamin, your muscles will begin to deteriorate at a faster rate. On the other hand, if you keep your levels in the appropriate range, you will be able to preserve your movement and freedom for a long amount of time. What exactly is this vital vitamin that's so crucial to your comprehensive health? Make sure you look around. When it comes to having strong legs, vitamin D is a mineral that is really necessary. When we get started, I would really appreciate it if you could tell me where you are coming from today. Leave a remark below, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them. In addition, make sure you click the subscribe button and adjust your alert settings so that you are never left out of Health Wisdom's most helpful health advice. If you're watching right now, let me know you're with me. Leave a comment with a 1 if this information resonates with you. If not, type 0. When individuals think of vitamin D, they are frequently reminded of the role that it plays in ensuring that their bones remain healthy. However, it is equally important for the strength of the muscles as well as the mobility of the body. It has been demonstrated through research that a deficiency in vitamin D can result in inadequacies in muscle strength, difficulties with balance, and an increased risk of falling. This is a condition that poses a particular risk to individuals who are in their later years. It was demonstrated in a study that was published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society that senior persons who took vitamin D supplements had a rate of falls that was 23% lower than those who did not take these supplements. Researchers have found a correlation between low levels of vitamin D and weaker leg muscles and slower walking rates in people who are older. In accordance with the findings of an additional study that was published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, if the body does not receive an adequate quantity of vitamin D, it will have difficulties absorbing calcium, which will ultimately lead to a weakening of the bones and muscles. This may hasten the process of sarcopenia, which is the age-related loss of muscle mass that affects nearly half of all people over the age of 80. To put it another way, vitamin D is necessary for maintaining the power of your legs, preventing falls, and maintaining your level of physical activity as you get older. When it comes to the senior population, how widespread is the problem of vitamin D deficiency? A shockingly high percentage of people, particularly those of old age, are affected by this condition. Recent studies have shown that even more than 60% of senior individuals have vitamin D levels that are insufficient. This is an astounding statistic. In a recent article published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, the findings of the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey are highlighted. These data reveal that older individuals who have a low vitamin D level are twice as likely to suffer from catastrophic falls and fractures. Vitamin D supplementation was shown to be associated with a 22% reduction in the risk of hip fractures among women over the age of 65, according to a study that was published in the New England Journal of Medicine. In order to guarantee that they receive adequate care, senior citizens are required to take additional precautions, since the body's capacity to make vitamin D from sunlight decreases with age. The importance of vitamin D cannot be overstated when it comes to the preservation of healthy bones, muscles, and immune systems. On the other hand, a sizable population suffers from a deficiency in this vital vitamin, which leads to a variety of visible health issues. Some of the most common symptoms that may indicate a deficiency are going to be discussed in the following paragraphs. There is a significant signal that a lack of vitamin D is present, and that is the weakening of the muscles. In the event that you frequently have a sensation of weakness or unsteadiness in your legs, particularly when you are standing or walking, it is conceivable that you are deficient in vitamin D, which is a vital nutrient for good muscular performance. In addition, this may lead to frequent falls as a consequence of the fact that balance is compromised and muscle strength is lost, both of which are factors that hinder stability. Because vitamin D levels gradually fall with age, older people have higher amounts of vitamin D than younger people do. This is because vitamin D levels gradually decrease with age. Discomfort in the bones is another prevalent symptom, notably in the lower back, joints, or legs are the areas that are affected. There is a possibility that bones will grow more weak and more prone to suffering pain or discomfort if the body does not receive an adequate amount of vitamin D in order to facilitate calcium absorption throughout the body. A lack of vitamin D, which is necessary for the repair of tissue, may also be the reason for a slow healing process of wounds. It is possible that the healing process will be slowed down and the risk of infection may be increased when there is an inadequate amount of vitamin D. Additionally, because vitamin D helps govern the contractions of your muscles, you may experience leg cramps or spasms, particularly throughout the night. This is especially true if you are sleeping outside. A deficiency may cause people to have cramps on a regular basis, which can make it challenging to get a decent night's sleep, and can also make it difficult to move around in general. In the event that you experience any of these symptoms, it is absolutely necessary for you to seek the guidance of a medical professional who is equipped to provide assistance. There is a straightforward blood test that can be used to confirm low levels of vitamin D. In the event that it is necessary, your physician may suggest that you increase the amount of time that you spend in the sun, make modifications to your diet, or take supplements in order to restore the levels that are suitable. It is possible for your body to produce vitamin D on its own when your skin is exposed to sunlight. Nevertheless, as you get older, your skin loses its ability to maintain its beauty. At least 3 to 4 times per week, you should make an effort to spend 20 to 30 minutes outside in direct sunlight. Not only does this raise the likelihood that you may be deficient in vitamin D, but it also increases the likelihood that you will fail to convert sunlight into vitamin D. You will be able to significantly boost the quantity of vitamin D that you obtain from the sun by doing this. The best time for the production of vitamin D is during the middle of the day, between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., because this is the time of day when the sun's rays are at their most powerful. If you live in an area that experiences long winters or is frequently covered by clouds, it is possible that you do not get enough exposure to the sun during the course of your lifetime. When something like this takes place, the utilization of a vitamin D lamp may be of assistance in duplicating the effects of natural sunlight and increasing the production of vitamin D. In order to maintain a healthy level of vitamin D in your body, it is vital to rely on dietary sources and supplements when it is impossible to obtain sufficient amounts of sunlight. The consumption of foods that are abundant in vitamin D can assist enhance your levels of vitamin D and support your overall health, despite the fact that food alone might not be able to supply all of the vitamin D that is required. Nutritional sources of vitamin D include fatty fish, such as salmon, mackerel, sardines, and tuna, which are all excellent sources of vitamin D. Vitamin D can also be found in a range of other foods. By consuming a meal of salmon that is approximately 3.5 ounces in size and contains approximately 570 international units of vitamin D, one can fulfill the bulk of the daily requirements for vitamin D. Egg yolks are another source of vitamin D. A single yolk contains approximately 40 international units of vitamin D that can be absorbed by the body. An easy and convenient way to increase one's consumption of vitamin D is to consume dairy products, which include milk, yogurt, and cheese. Vitamin D is added to a wide variety of dairy products. Furthermore, mushrooms are the only plant-based food that naturally produces vitamin D when exposed to sunlight, making them an excellent choice for vegetarians who are looking for ways to supplement their diet. A sizable number of senior people may require vitamin D supplements in order to fulfill their daily requirements and maintain the highest possible level of health. This is due to the fact that it may be challenging to obtain an adequate quantity of vitamin D alone through the consumption of food. Taking vitamin D tablets is frequently the most dependable technique for senior individuals to maintain adequate levels of vitamin D, particularly in circumstances where exposure to sunlight and food consumption are insufficient. In order to determine the necessary daily intake, age is a factor to consider. It is recommended that adults between the ages of 50 and 70 consume 600 international units, IU, on a daily basis, while adults above the age of 70 should consume between 800 and 900 international units, IU, on a daily basis. 900 international units, IU, on a daily basis. Because it is more easily absorbed by the body and has a higher level of efficiency than vitamin D2, vitamin D3, also known as cholecalciferol, is the type of vitamin D supplementation that is considered to be the most beneficial. As a result of the fact that vitamin D is fat-soluble, it is recommended that it be ingested alongside a meal that contains healthy fats, in order to get the highest possible level of absorption. Before beginning to utilize any new supplement, it is essential to consult with a healthcare professional about the optimal dosage in order to achieve the best possible outcomes for your individual health needs. If you are a dietitian, you are aware that magnesium is essential for the body to activate vitamin D. However, regardless of how much vitamin D you ingest, how much sunlight you get, or how much magnesium you take in, your body will not be able to absorb or utilize it effectively if it does not have sufficient magnesium. Incorporate foods that are high in magnesium into your diet if you wish to stimulate the activation of vitamin D in your body. One of the most abundant sources of this mineral is found in leafy greens like spinach and kale, as well as in nuts and seeds like almonds and pumpkin seeds, and in whole grains like brown rice and oats. Those persons who have difficulties acquiring sufficient magnesium from food alone may discover that taking a magnesium supplement is beneficial to their health. The benefits of magnesium can be maximized by combining it with vitamin D, which can lead to increases in bone health, muscular strength, and overall mobility. Starting with low vitamin D levels, it takes time to restore optimal levels and notice health improvements. Here's what to expect. After 2 weeks, you'll experience decreased muscle cramps and increased energy. After 1 month, you'll have stronger legs and improved balance. After 3 months, you'll see increased bone density and reduced fall risk. Research shows taking vitamin D for 3 to 6 months resulted in a 31% reduction in falls, a 35% increase in muscle strength, and a 40% reduction in fracture risk. Consistency in approach is absolutely necessary. Consuming vitamin D on a daily basis will be of great assistance in preserving leg strength for a considerable amount of time to come. The significance of vitamin D cannot be stressed when it comes to the maintenance of mobility, the prevention of falls, and the preservation of independence. Due to the fact that a sizable percentage of older individuals are not receiving adequate care, it is imperative that proactive measures be taken. Here's what you can do today. Get your vitamin D levels tested on a consistent schedule. Spend 20 to 30 minutes in sunshine several times weekly. Consume vitamin D-rich foods such as fatty fish, eggs, and dairy products. Take 800 to 2,000 international units of vitamin D 3 daily for maximum benefit. Take magnesium to increase absorption. Are you getting an adequate amount of vitamin D in your diet? Tell us what you think by leaving a comment down below. For more health information, remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. At this point, let's wrap up our video by providing a brief summary. Just picture yourself being able to keep your strength and mobility well into your 90s. Does that sound impossible? It's not. 1 in 4 people over 65 experiences a fall each year, often resulting in serious injuries and loss of independence. However, this risk can be dramatically reduced through one simple solution: vitamin D. While most associate vitamin D with bone health, research proves it's essential for muscle strength and balance. Its absence increases fall risk, weakens muscles, and slows walking speed. Studies show seniors taking vitamin D supplements have 23% lower fall risk, and those with higher levels enjoy improved mobility and independence. What's the problem? Over 60% of elderly people are deficient. Our ability to generate vitamin D from sunlight decreases with age, raising fracture and fall probability. Watch for these warning signs: muscle weakness, bone pain, poor wound healing, and leg cramping. If these symptoms appear, a simple blood test can confirm low levels. To maintain healthy vitamin D levels, spend 20 to 30 minutes in sunlight several times weekly. Consume vitamin D-rich foods like fatty fish, eggs, and fortified dairy products. Combine with magnesium for improved absorption. Though results aren't immediate, you'll notice less muscle cramping and increased energy within weeks. Within months, you'll experience improved balance, increased bone density, and significantly reduced fall risk. By taking control of your vitamin D intake now, you can maintain your strength, independence, and mobility for many years to come. Keep moving forward.